We're Nicki and Carlo and we live in Positano, Italy, except we also just bought a house in Tuscany, which we're currently renovating, so we live there too. Join us as we turn this house and olive grove into a dream home and get to grips with living in two different parts of Italy. We have spent more time in Tuscany than we planned this year. We thought that we'd be back on the Amalfi Coast at the beginning of May, but there was just too much to do. Now it is time. We're closing up the house and heading back to Positano for a while. Or so I thought. Plans can change in a flash, and this is why we never end up doing what we think we're going to do. Sì, tranne quello che mi serve a me, quello rosso. Ok.
Adesso voi due tornate a casa con me, Positano, e mamma va a lavorare.
Quindi? You taking your drone or are you leaving it here?
No, I take with me. Thank you, amore. Siete pronti voi?
I've just buried 3 potatoes that were sprouting. We'll see when we come back if they have actually grown.
Raccolta ferro vecchio, caldaie vecchie, termotitori, qualsiasi tipo di ferro vecchio. Raccolta ferro vecchio.
Abbiamo qualcosa da buttare via, amore.
So, an old boiler, any old iron.
Questa grandissima porta qui.
Ah, vero.
Quella ce la dovrebbero pagare. Io
Ah.
penso, aspettiamo un po' prima di buttarla. Questi tanto vengono spesso.
Ah.
Magari la posso riusare in qualcosa. Però che carino che vengono qui a chiedere se hai qualcosa di buttare e loro la portano via.
I can remember when I was little, the rag and bone man coming round and he would call any old iron, any old iron, any old iron, or maybe that was a song. But anyway, he'd call something like that and they'd come and collect all the old iron. And that's what that is that just passed by.
Yeah, the same things.
Don't get that in Positano. Nobody would get to the road in time.
No, vengono ma non lo pubblicizzano.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you. You're a beautiful guy. Oh.
And then there was one. So Carlo's heading back to Positano. I was supposed to be going with him, and then yesterday I spoke to Dad, and I'm needed in England for a while, so I'm jumping on a plane at lunchtime and flying over there. I've got a friend coming to pick me up and give me a lift to the airport in about an hour. So I've got an hour here just to shut up the house and make sure everything's okay. I'm not really sure how long I'm going to be in the UK for. It wasn't planned, and we'll just have to take it as it comes. It feels really strange being here completely alone, actually. I've been here alone with the dogs, but not without the dogs and without Carlo and without Sky. This is the first time I think I've ever been here completely alone. Let's have a wander around the garden. It is a strange feeling packing up and leaving one home to go to another one. You get really settled in one place and you don't want to leave, although you do want to leave. It's very strange because mentally for the last 2 or 3 days I've already been back in Positano. I'd psyched myself up to go, was ready to see Elizabeth and Sky, and we were going to go out on a boat trip on Sunday, and I was ready to do that. So even though I was sad to leave here, I was also happy to be in my other home in Positano. I wasn't so excited to be in Positano itself because I know it's extremely crowded and busy at the moment, and I don't love that, but I was looking forward to being at home and spending some time there and seeing everybody. So it's mixed feelings, and now there's even more in the mix because I'm not actually doing that anymore, and I'm going back to England, where I've actually spent most of April in England, and now I'll be back again, and that's fine too, because again it's another home. So it can be quite uprooting living in 3 different places, and it can be quite frustrating because at the moment the majority of my clothes are in Positano, and I feel like I'm living in the same 4 or 5 outfits everywhere else where I am, especially in England because I've hardly got anything there, and I only travel with hand luggage, so I can't really take much either. But that's fine. So it's just getting used to it. And I think the worst part for me is the actual travelling to get from one place to the other, or the getting ready to travel. That's probably worse than the travelling itself. I think once I'm in the car or on the plane, I'm fine. But it's actually the build up to that I don't enjoy at all. For most of 2024 so far, we have been here renovating and making the house our home. It has been really good fun. We've got up to all sorts of things. We've had loads of fun and we've had loads of arguments as well, but everything's always okay in the end. We've made loads and loads of progress. We're really pleased with what we've done. We've got a lot to do still. So the kitchen is the main room that we had to get ready because we knew that was going to be the one room that we were going to live in full time. So that was our biggest priority, to get that done. And we have pretty much done it. I'm really, really pleased with how it's come out. There's just a few little finishing touches to do. I might paint the shelves, I might paint the coffee table, I don't know. I'm going to live with it for a while and decide. And I need to get some curtains made up for the kitchen windows. And other than that, it's pretty much done. I just need a few more recipe books on the shelves. And we still have quite a lot of empty rooms too. We have the big outdoor space out back here that we've done nothing with, and we have a surveyor looking into it at the moment to see the legalities of what we can actually do with this area. So we're waiting for his report, and then we will decide what to do. And we have this swimming pool area here as well. This swimming pool area, this big hole in the garden area, which we will probably put a pool in here. We probably won't put a proper pool in. We'll do an above ground pool like we've done in Positano, because the cost of getting a real pool built and the permissions and all the permissions that you need to do it, it's a very, very high cost, and it's just money we don't have at the moment. So I think we'll probably do an above ground pool, but we'll balance it out with decking and stuff similar to Positano, but rectangle, not round. And maybe we'll get to do that in July, we'll see. But yeah, we've got a lot to do still. We've still got a couple of empty rooms in the house, one upstairs, one downstairs, and we've got a lot to get on with when we come back, probably in July. We've emptied the fridge and Carlo has taken all of the fruit and vegetables and cheeses back with him, which is quite handy that we can do that. I'm obviously not taking anything to England, but it's nice that we don't have to throw stuff away. Anything else that is here we'll keep, which is great. And here is my lift to the airport.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Okay. Can you take notes?
Yeah.
Run away. I thought
Is that all you've got?
Yeah. I've got clothes at my dad's house. I don't really take anything when I go there.
Really is the sort that go under the seat and eat.
I think I'm going to really try this.
And here we are, 6 days later. My phone has just arrived in England via FedEx. Yeah, I put it down on the wall, picked up my bags, got in Andy's car, and we drove away. I locked the front gate. I didn't check my bag until we were about 5 minutes to the airport, and then I realised that I didn't have my phone with me. I had no idea where it was. I didn't know that it was on the wall. I thought it might have dropped out of the car as I was locking the front gate, so I was quite worried. And there was nothing I could do about it. We didn't have enough time to go back, find it and come back to the airport. I had to just get on the plane and go. And thankfully our friend Andy, who gave me a lift to the airport, went back that afternoon and found it. I actually, when I got here, I used the Find My Phone app on my computer and I could see that it was out the front of the house. So I knew where it was, so I was okay. But yes, I've had to do without it for the last 6 days, which has been fun. I've got lost quite a few times. So how do I rely on my phone? How can I not live without my phone? My maps. I use my maps pretty much, not all the time when I'm driving, but a lot of the time. This house that Dad lives in now is not the house that I grew up in. It's not the town that I grew up in. Even though it's only 2 or 3 towns away, from here you go other places to shop, so it's places that I don't know so well. So I have got lost a few times just trying to get home or trying to go somewhere. I haven't been able to contact any of my friends here and let them know that I'm here, so I haven't seen anybody. Nobody knows I'm here, and I haven't been able to contact anybody in Italy either to let them know that I'm not answering my phone. The only number I know off by heart is Carlo's number, so he's the only person I've been able to contact. So he's actually sent messages to a few of our close friends to let them know that I'm stupid and I haven't got the phone with me. And what else? The weather. It's like playing Russian roulette, especially in England, getting dressed in the morning with having no idea what the weather's going to be like. I know I could check on my computer, but you're just used to picking up your phone and having a quick look. And I can't do that. So I've been getting dressed, not really sure what I'm getting dressed for. What else? Photos and videos, of course. I haven't been able to film anything, even though Dad has a ton of cameras here that I could use. I don't have the adapters and stuff to get the footage off the computer, off the camera onto my computer. So I haven't filmed anything, which also makes me think that I really should have a backup camera, because seeing as this is what I'm doing for a living, I can't rely on my phone the whole time. Well, I have been for years, but when I don't have my phone, then there's a problem because I literally can't do anything. So maybe I should look into getting a backup camera. And I was thinking about the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which looks amazing. And I had to restrain myself from buying one as soon as I got here because I thought, My phone will arrive, I won't need it, I don't need to spend more money. I've spent so much money on the house in the last few months that I don't really think I should be spending more, even though a backup camera is quite a valid thing for me to buy. So I'm like warring with myself about that at the moment. Haven't been able to take any photos, haven't been able to use Instagram, haven't been able to... What else? I don't have any other social media apps, I only have Instagram and YouTube. I haven't been able to finish editing the videos that were on my phone. I haven't been able to put any voiceovers on the video that I was editing because I used my phone to do the voiceovers. So it's been a little bit frustrating in some ways, but it's been very liberating in other ways because my time has been free. Also because I'm not with Carlo and I don't have to cook lunch and dinner and I don't have to feed the dogs and take the dogs out for walks. I've been sitting here writing every day, all day long, and I've got a lot done. I've written about 14,000 words, which is really good. And I think I'm on a good start with a new book. But let's not talk about that now because it might all fall through. But I think it's going well. And it's given me time to do that. But now I have my lovely phone back and I can get on with just doing normal things.
Come potete vedere alle mie spalle è tutto un po' troppo cresciuto e non è in ordine così. Quindi dovrò sistemare, lo voglio fare perché non mi piace così, e inizierò pulendo un po' dappertutto.
Non è nemmeno cominciato e già mi sento stanco. Mamma mia, quanto lavoro devo fare.
Lovely little classic English village.
About half an hour from where I'm coming here because there's a new shop in Sheer and I've seen it a few times.
Sei brava. Noi, non dove più. Ah, avevo quasi finito, quindi.
Chi c'è? Aspettate, mi sto arrivando. Ah, quanto mi è mancata questa vista. Che bello. Ci sono le barche che aspettano per prendere le persone, stanno facendo la fila e stanno anche aggiustando il molo. Oggi vi porterò a vedere una novità. Questa novità che cos'è? È l'ascensore che chi ha visto i nostri video più vecchi sa che si stava costruendo un ascensore che collega la strada principale con il cimitero. Quindi adesso prenderemo questo ascensore e, siccome qualcuno lo ha chiesto, voleva sapere di quanto accorceremo. Noi ben poco, perché alla fine ci troveremo a fare 200 scalini in meno. Però per persone come mia madre sarà un grande lusso. Potranno prendere l'ascensore e in un attimo arriveranno sulla strada. Andiamo a vedere. This is the elevator. Vieni. No, non si esce di qua. No. We need to go the other side. E qui è dove arriva l'ascensore. Ecco qua.
I've been spending some time in England lately to keep Dad company after a small surgery which took a bit longer to recover from than we had thought. Finally, he was feeling well enough to take a walk around a nearby lake and tell us a story from the kitchen gardens.
About 2 or 3 years ago in the summer, I decided to come up to Painshill Gardens, big gardens which I walked around. And when you leave there's the very old kitchen gardens which I'm sitting in now. There's walls all around which are about 12 feet high, and there's only one door which is over in the far corner there. So it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. It was about 5 o'clock, and I sat down just taking in everything. The fruit was out on some of these trees, and I looked around, there's nobody here. So I decided it's time to leave. I got up, I walked to the door, and it was locked. I looked all around, I thought there's no way I can climb these walls. There's no way at all. So I started shouting. There was no response. It was a Sunday. It was now about 5:30 in the afternoon. So I wasn't sure what to do. So I had my phone with me. So I phoned my son. I can't remember where he, fortunately he was in the country. And I phoned him and said, I'm trapped in the garden. He said, what are you talking about? I said, I'm at Painshill. I'm in the kitchen garden. He said, what are you doing there? I said, well, I came to see the gardens, you know. So he said, what do you want me to do? I said, can you call somebody? He said, who do you want me to call? I said, call the police, call anyone. I said, I've got, you know, I can't stay here all night. It's a Sunday. So anyhow, he went away and went off, and I heard nothing more. And I'd been here about maybe 40 minutes by now. And I started shouting. I stood in the corner by the door shouting, help, is there anyone there? And eventually, it must have been another 5 minutes after my shouting, I was getting hoarse. I heard someone say, is there somebody in there? I said, yes, I can't get out. And they said, what are you doing in there? I said, trying to get out. So anyhow, they said, how long you been there? I said, I came here about 40 minutes ago. And I said, someone's locked the door. They didn't check to see if there was anybody in here. And I was sitting on the bench. So eventually they said, well, stay there. I said, I can't go anywhere. There's no good saying stay there. No, they said, we'll try and find somebody. So they went off back to the main reception area. Fortunately, they were still locking up there. And they got the lady with the key and under the door. These people were standing there. When I walked out, they gave me a round of applause. So I'm very careful when I come in here now to make sure it's not 5:30, 6 o'clock, because they do lock the gates.